Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who will. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. It's your brother Shamar Nayah here again today with another video. And I was just going through the brother's page and seen a video that was, piqued my interest, talking about Eve. I'm gonna play half the video because it was Eve on a podcast that made she really just brought out why Jake is in the place that they are right in, through the means of Esau Edom, bringing out the things that he brought out to destroy Jake family, again to bring out the man of the home, giving them government assistance and things of that nature. Basically, tearing down a Jake man, and the Eves, they fell for it. And as you can see, in the clip that I'm about to play, you can see that some Eve, some Judite women are not. Let me just say Eve. Some Jake women are waking up and realizing the fact of what's happening to our people, So without further ado, I'm gonna just play the video and get some precepts, and Lord willing, this is edifying.
Not the three he had, for sure. Cause we got our own experience. We're like, nigga, that shit might be that beef for your ass.
We chose greed. We chose a bag over a man. We chose to not have our children. We would rather have a bunch of money than have our children have a father in the home.
I disagree.
No. You have to know the history. This is proven fact.
History.
No,
men who were not able to work and provide for their family. We were forced to take the government check.
That's false.
They couldn't stay in the house if they were there.
That's false.
Then how were they going to feed the children?
False.
And where was
the children were fed? Women were greedy
because it was coming from the government.
No.
But if the husband was home, he wouldn't be employed.
Black women wanted to be like white women in the Cosmopolitan magazine. The woman who started Cosmopolitan magazine, the main editor, she is now a Catholic, and she repented from what she did. She said we were teaching women because we wanted all women to feel that we had a gripe with white men. And so, this is public knowledge. You look it up on YouTube.
She talked about it.
Yes, absolutely. They wanted black women to also be part of their movement and other races because it wasn't enough. The black woman and the black man had to stay together in the U.S. because it was the only way for us to overcome. What they did was with Cosmo.
You see, I'm gonna pause it right there, and as you can see, you had one Jake woman, trying to combat what she's talking about or try to tune her out, and she's bringing straight facts. Yes, back in the day, Eve decided to instead of having a man in the house, choose the government assistance and have money, and that Esau Edom knew that was going to happen, and that eventually destroyed the household. You see. And this is where where we at today. You see, as you can see, that we've been having women out here, choosing government assistance on having a man, and just even last year, when the EBT was about to be cut off, what these what the women do? They came online panicking, trying to figure out ways on how they're gonna feed their kids. You see. So again, you chose to side with Esau Edom, and now you seeing that what you chose, it wasn't in your best interest. You see.
They lied. These were women that would say, you know what, there's a single woman moved to New York. She's sleeping with different men. She has her life. She has her own money, her education. She's getting these jobs. These women were promoting promiscuity and living a certain lifestyle when they were all married. They were all lying and making up these people because it was supposed to be a fantasy magazine. But women were taken as gospel and real. And so what happened is black women saw the white woman as pinnacle, because we're not going into colorism and all that. That's not what this show is about. But we saw the white woman is what to strive for as black women. We're saying these white women are free. These white women are independent. These white women don't need no man. I don't need mine. He's not doing enough. He's not good enough as a black man. When our entire lives, how we came out of everything we did in the U.S. was through the black man and black woman coming together. So we allowed these women and these corporations who wanted to make money off of our backs, and they knew that we had a insecurity about being dark, about being black, and we wanted to strive to the higher societies because white women were seen as the highest. So we think we want to be like white women, get our education, do this, do that, when those women were lying even to other white women. They were lying to us as black women. So then the government stepped in. There's whole documentaries about this on black history, and I mean, black historians will not refute this. This is what we all know as gospel in our communities. So what you're saying right here is black children, when we were being provided for, but it wasn't enough. We wanted to be like white women, and we had greed in our eyes. We had envy in our eyes, and we're like, I don't need no black man. I can do better. I can do bad all by myself. And so our children, it's a false narrative to say our children were not eating. Our children were eating.
And yeah, that's what basically she hit the nail on the head. You see, the so-called black woman, you know, they took basically took on the ways of Babylon. You see, and I'm gonna get that precept. They took on the ways of Babylon, and instead of sticking with their man, they wanted to be like the Edomite woman, the so-called white woman. And again, they kicked the men out the house and thought that they could do better by themselves with just themselves and the government. So this is Revelation 17, and I'm going to start at verse 1, and it reads, And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And you can literally see why America is named the great whore. You look at the lifestyle that it pushes out to the people. You know, adultery, abortion, same-sex marriages. The list goes on and on. And as the lady stated in the video, that's what, you know, Edomites have been doing. You know, they push out that thing. They push out do as that wilt spirit here on the people of Babylon. You see, and us being Israelites, we shouldn't have followed those ways. You see. Us as Israelites, we should have, you know, followed the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. You know, we are not to be like these other nations. You know, this is what got us into, you know, in this judgment in the first place. You know, verse 2, and it reads, With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornications, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. You know, and again, Jake woman wanted to follow the ways of the great whore. You know, and now we see where that got them. You know, they listen to social media, TV, the dumb whore music. As you've seen, again, that lady, what she stated in the video, everything that she was stating is on point. You know, it seemed like, you know, the Jake woman, they took the bait because they're too gullible when it comes to that. You see? Next precept I'm going to bring out is Isaiah 3. And started 16. This is Isaiah 3 and 16, and it reads, Moreover, the Lord saith, Because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and menacing as they go, and make it a tickling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. And this has happened, you know, which is why, you know, A lot of Jake women, they depend on wigs. You see, there's verse 18. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their calls, and their round tires like the moon, the chains, the bracelets, the mufflers, the bonnets, and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands, and the tablets, and the earrings, the rings, the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, and the glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods, and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well set hair, baldness, and instead of the stomacher, a girdling of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Thy men shall fall by thy sword, and thy mighty men in war. And and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she, being desolate, shall sit upon the ground. You see, and this is what happened as well. When Yahweh brought us low from these captives, we've been through. You see, next precept I'm bring out is Isaiah 32. Uh, 32 and 9. This is Isaiah 32 and 9, and it reads, Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. And again, you can see these women today, they are very much at ease. They think because they have it good in the moment that nothing can happen to them. Not even regarding what could happen in the future. Not even understanding what judgment Salakia can come to them because of the wickedness that they've been doing. Jake women, they don't consider. And the precept I can get to back that up, Salakia, second address. 9 and 9. This is second address 9 and 9, and it reads, Then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. You see? And again, people have been able to enjoy their daily lives in ignorance, not even thinking about Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. You see, that's that being at ease thing. You see, or so continuing on, 11 and 12, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. You see? So so those that didn't repent from their wickedness, their wicked ways, they're gonna perish in the times to come, which is Jacob's trouble. And that's soon to come, man. You can see it every day through the events that's happening on throughout the world. So women that's in this simple state of living, you're not gonna continue to be able to enjoy that once shit hits the fan, and Jacob trouble has reached the pinnacle of its state. You see, going back to Isaiah 32. And 10, and it read Isaiah 32 and 10, and it reads, Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. And a lot of Jake, will be catching it, because again, they have been pampered here in Babylon the Great. They don't know hardship. Again, they decided to kick the men out the house and depend on Esau Edom. and you can see that it's destroying us. You see, the scripture even tells you, no, not to trust thy enemy. So how do you know the history of our people and what we've been through, and continue to put your trust in Esau Edom? You see, because ultimately it's going to bite you in the ass at the end, man. Next precept I'm going to bring out is Jeremiah 30 and 12. Salakia. Jeremiah 30 and 12. For thus saith the Lord, the bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. Verse 13. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines. That's the point right here. Verse 14. All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitudes of thy iniquity, Salakia. Because thy sins were increased. And all the men that you Jake women bash put down, they are not going to help you in your time of trouble. And as you can see, so is the government. They aren't going to help you either. You see. So when you again, as you when I stated before, when you trust this government or Esau Edom, it's only going to come back and bite you in the ass at the end, man. It's not going to end well for you. So and then when it's talking about for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, you Jake women, again, shouldn't have trusted him. Shouldn't have trust Esau Edom in the first place, you man. Verse 15, let's read it. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thy iniquity. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee. Basically saying, why did you wait for shit to get bad to come back and cry? Now that that they are getting ready to suffer. Now they want to act right. You see. But again, it's not all Jake women. Again, as I stated in the beginning of the lesson, you do have some Jake women coming back into their right natural mind, a natural mind, and being submissive into their man. Understanding that trying to trust Esau Edom and play by their rules, it's only detriment to the community. That's why you got all these moles out here, all these YNs out here, terrorizing the communities and shit. It's because they've been in an upbringing of a single mother household. But when you have that father in the house, the father that's there to instruct discipline, all that shit have stopped. And as you've seen, it's even statistically speaking, a child that's brought up into a single father household is going to be way better than a child that's brought up in a single mother household. You see. So men are supposed to be in the house. But again, Jake women, they decided to trust Esau Edom, and that's how one of the reasons how we got here in this place is. You see, that's why you got YNs running out here just shooting and killing everything, because they got the emotions of a woman. You see, and I want to bring this point out that the 2 verses that I just read in Jeremiah 30, this is talking about the nation of Israel, but it's likened unto our women today. You can literally see how it is of now. So let's see if I covered all points. Yeah, I think I did. So With that, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashem Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who will peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. I hope this lesson was edifying. Until the next time, Shalom.